we're back with the next thing on the list, which not really looking forward to, but it's something that has to be done, and that is the crank trigger. There are kits out there, mainly for the European market, and with all the tariffs and everything that's happening lately, it's kind of cost prohibitive. So I will be trying to make my own, and with hopefully some off-the-shelf solutions, but my options are kind of limited, so we're gonna see what we have to do. And the first order of business is taking the crank pulley off, which isn't gonna be fun. So I may or may not film that, but that's what we're doing. We're a few days removed from the last little clip that you saw, but we got the pulleys off finally, and it wasn't the most enjoyable thing in the world. Ended up having to get the flywheel locking tool. I was hoping I could do it without it. Turns out I couldn't. But yeah, once we got that, these kind of popped, not really popped off. They're on there real good, but no broken bolts. Apparently they don't make bolts like they used to. So now we got our power steering pulley out, and this is our main V-belt drive for your air conditioner and alternator. So now we need to figure out how we're going to mock up a trigger wheel when we have basically zero space to work with. There are kits out there that basically put a trigger wheel on this. They are fairly cost prohibitive for my liking, so I'm gonna see what I can do. But yeah, we'll check back when I have a better understanding of where we're gonna go from here. All right, so we're under the car, obviously, and there's our trigger wheel, and this is just kind of my rough approximation of a little holder. Yes, it is on the tensioner. This is an aftermarket tensioner because my previous one was real bad. So we have a replacement. I don't know how this will work in the long term, but for the short term, it should work. I've had really good with success with clamping things to round, semi-round-ish objects and them not moving. But as we can see, our crank trigger is actually not pointing towards the center of the crank, so that could potentially cause not really issues, but just pickup inconsistency. So I'm going to try and angle that bracket in a way, because this tensioner is not actually parallel to the end, like to the ground, which would then make it easy to just go to the center line of the crank, but we are not there. So yeah, we're moving along. This is probably about 2 to 3 weeks after the last update, but we're getting there. This is just a lot more complicated and a lot harder to get to. All right, so we tossed the trigger wheel back in there, and you can see it very slightly through that crack where the sensor is. We got our sensor mount all done up. This is printed out of ABS, so probably one of the highest temperature resistance materials that is readily available. I'm not worried about it here. It has an air gap. Yes, the engine gets hot. This is gonna survive, and I will stress test it myself. And if it fails, then good learning. Now, this is a similar trigger design to what is also out there on the market. I tried to look at different ways to do it, but there really isn't that many good ways to do it without like tons of money and tons of expense. The drawback is it actually pushes this pulley away from the engine, so this away direction by whatever thickness that trigger wheel is. And I tried to match what the sensor wanted the most, so it actually pushed it out about 1/8 of an inch. Now, that can play havoc with belt routing. Obviously, the belt's on here. It went on just like a normal serpentine belt, and I'm not super concerned about it, but that will be something that I kind of watch and pay attention to the first few times that it gets running, is if it tosses belts. If it does, I might just step down the number of ribs, because that will essentially make the belt thinner and be less susceptible to walking off. I don't want to do that, and I guess we'll find out and see what happens, but I'm happy with this. So now, yeah, trim this, got the pass through so I can put a feeler gauge in there to get the gap right, but I'll worry about that once we actually get everything wired so that I can see how the sensor is behaving and interacting with the ECU. So with that, I think that wraps this up. I'm not going to release the print for this or the trigger wheel until I know that it actually works. I would hate to put something out there and say, yeah, I would do this, but I don't know if it works. I want to do my due diligence, and there really isn't a readily available crank trigger for 944s, so let me know in the comments if you guys want me to try and produce these or sell them on eBay or something like that for other people, but let me know.